What is up, my dashing dudes? I am the Hans TV, and I hope that y'all are ready for some retail level infuriation, because today we're diving back into r/IDon'tWorkHereLady. Our first post for today is brought to us by the Unkindled Lives. No, you're not the owner's daughter. Finally, a place to drop the story of my first, and so far only, I don't work here lady moment. So, about a year ago, I decided I wanted to go to a bar. So, I hit up a friend to go out that night. He had a family thing, but since we know the owner of the place, I figured I'd just hang at the bar until his arrival and have a pool table secured as well by the time he got there. So, about 11 p.m., I make my way to the bar, go behind the counter and fist bump the owner. I explain my friend's coming and just hang out there with him and the only employee meanwhile. At one point, the owner goes out back to the bathroom and the employee goes to take a phone call outside. So I'm just drinking my beer and checking my phone as I'm in a hold the fort capacity. You know, don't let anyone else behind the counter since it's opened on the end and there's a sort of hallway leading to the pool tables on the back section. And if people get in behind the counter, well, that's where all the booze is. Enter the lady of the hour. About 20, blonde, air-filled head. We'll call her CB for Crazy Beach. I see her shaking her open hand over the counter on my peripheral vision. So I look up thinking it's maybe someone I know. But no, she just starts berating me. Oh my god, quit drinking on the job and serve us already. We've been here for years trying to flag you down. Oh, no, I'm not and leave that freaking phone already. You're supposed to do your job. We want our drinks already. We're paying your salary, you lazy freaker. Look, kitten, I don't work here. I'm just having a drink, so shut up. I'm the owner's daughter, so just make our drinks or I'll have my daddy fire you. Her friend by her had the most smug face I've ever seen. At this point, I lost it and broke out laughing my ass off. I turn around and see the owner rushing over with some guy behind him. Apparently this unsung hero saw the mess get started and went to get him. I grab him by the shoulder and in a panic voice, "Oh god, owner, this is terrible." What? What is it? "You freaked some witch when you were 10 or so, and this girl," pointing to CB, "says she's your daughter. Whatever will you do now? Your wife is gonna kill you." He caught up to what was going on and started laughing, and then I broke down as well. He then told CB and her smug friend to get lost. They sputtered something about her dad, but my friend just turned the counter's light towards his own face and said, "I own this place. Get the hell out." The two smug princesses stood up in a huff and left just as my other friend walked in. They shoved him aside and then tried to slam the door, only to have it snag one of her purses and throw them both on the curb, without slamming the door, cause you can't slam self-closing doors. Gotta love these smug people who just think they can get away with the "I know the owner" crap. Like, nah fam, they know you don't. This next story comes from Anonymous Bun. Not every vendor is your banquet server, sir. So this just happened to me today, and I was still amused by the mild absurdity of the situation. I was at a wedding today as a cam assist, dressed in a comfortable but formal green pantsuit. The banquet staff had a standard gray shirt with the hotel's logo and black pants for uniform, so one has to be pretty blind to make such a mistake. As the banquet was ongoing, I was positioned next to the AV booth, standing by for the newlyweds march-in when this entitled guest, known as EG from now, conveniently flagged me over. Now, one thing to note is that this newlywed couple are really rich, and the entire event was really grand, which was possibly why EG felt that he was entitled to this following behavior. When EG was flagging me down, I already knew that an I Don't Work Here Lady incident was about to occur. But since the march-in was about to happen and EG was making really loud noticeable noises to get my attention, I stupidly decided to scoot over to him. Excuse me? Where is my drink? I've ordered it 5 minutes ago." "I'm sorry, sir, I'm not a server." "I said, where is my drink?" He repeated louder as if trying to challenge my claims of not being a server. "As I mentioned, I'm not a server. I cannot help you." "Who's the in charge here?" he demanded loudly. At this point, the host was already making the announcement and preparing the crowd for the march-in, so I quickly returned to my original position. EG's mouth hung open in sheer disbelief when I walked away. I could feel his eyes glaring at me throughout the entire march-in instead of the couple walking down the aisle. He called over an actual staff soon and demanded his drinks and made a few gestures in my direction. The server took a look at me and shrugged as she walked away, as EG's wife rubbed his back to calm him down from his frustration. Okay, I get being frustrated that your drink hasn't come yet, but dude, give it time. It's a wedding. And don't just berate people because you think that they work there. Like, that's a really dick move to do, dude. Dick move. Our photo post for the day comes from Blitz Needs a Buff 2019. Karen can't read. Longtime lurker, first time poster. Like, ever. So, this story takes place during the wonderful Christmas holiday week, where all of the entitled Richards, Karens, etc. come out of their war-broken shells of defeat to attempt at claiming someone's soul. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Unfortunately, I deal with my fair share of entitled souls almost daily, as I work at an ISP, Internet Service Provider, as a tech support agent for the services we provide. I also work in the night crew, so when I finish my shift, it's already very late. So as you can guess, when I finish work, I can be quite drained. And on one merry night, I decided to drive to my local mall cart to get some shrimp for a shrimp cocktail dish I was going to make with a Christmas lunch for family the next day. When I entered the store, I went straight for shrimp, but had to go through a few aisles of other products, of food, and ended up coming across a cute old lady in one of those automated wheelchair deals. She ended up asking me for help to find some products as she could not read well. So I ended up assisting her for about 15 minutes through the aisles until she was content with what she had. She ended up thanking me and chatted with me for a couple more minutes before we separated and went our ways. It took me a moment to remember what I was going for, but then, as I started to leave, my nerdy, oh crap, senses tingled, and I felt it. Cast. Karen. 5'4", dirty blonde, looks like she started smoking when she was 12, wearing sunglasses at 11 p.m. at night, has knee highs, heels, some kind of fashionable skirt and jacket deal that she got from a Target sale at half price. Looks like she is a mid-40s mom trying to relive her bad high school days. Me, 6'4", Asian, wearing a black jacket and business casual clothing with my ID from work on my belt. Random employee. An intense tapping on my shoulder is followed by Karen attempting to spin me around by grabbing my arm, but I was so focused, I kinda just nudged and looked behind me. What do you want? Hands me a shopping list. Yes, I want you to grab a buggy and find me this list of items. No. Drops the list of items as I start to walk away. Excuse me? You will take this list and do as you are told, you little bum. First off, you are the literal crap between us. Second off, I don't work here. Third off, I am fairly sure this store will not act as, pointing at ID on my belt. Don't you lie to me, you worthless, pathetic crap. I see your ID. I know you work here. Now you would do this right now or I'm going to contact your manager and corporate and have you fired. Okay, so you were smart enough to see that I have an ID, but not smart enough to read my ID? Grabs my ID, bringing it closer to her face. Can you read that? Can you read that? Can you read that? How dare you assault me? I'm going to call corporate and get you fired. RBF and walks away to the shrimp. Random employee comes down the aisle to speak to Karen and ask what's wrong. Now, my hearing is a bit shot from being screamed at over time over the phone, so I only heard bits and pieces, but the gist of their conversation was her demanding I get fired, asking for corporate's number, and the employee more than likely telling her I do not work there. This proceeds to have me turn around at the end of the aisle. Hey, dumbass. Yes, you. Take off your sunglasses. This isn't the 90s version of the Matrix. I still don't work here. Red Pikachu face without the lightning. I proceed to walk away and grab the shrimp, purchase it, and leave the store. I haven't heard of the Karen yet, so I can only assume she could not read my ID that had my company name on it. Yes, it was ballsy and probably not the best thing to do, but at the end of the day, who cares? It was a great shrimp cocktail. Oh, and Happy New Year's to whoever reads this. Oh, thank you, OP. Happy New Year's to you as well, and I'm glad that your shrimp cocktail was fantastic. Also, if you're gonna read an ID, read the damn ID. Also, I'll assume that based on his job description, he is not dressed anything like a mall cart employee. So, take that as you will. But that's going to do it for today's episode of r/IDon'tWorkHereLady. I hope you liked the stories, and if you did, I'll link them down in the description as always. And if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe, drop a like, and a comment down below with what you'd like to see me read next. A humongous thank you to everyone who has subscribed in the past few months. We're at 138 right now, and I just can't explain to you how happy that makes me. But with that being said, I will see you in the next video.